Okay, our last subtopic for lesson 4 is on the ways by which an agent may be compensated. If you look at your syllabus, this subtopic is part of what you are supposed to know. Ways by which an agent may be compensated. Now, if you look at what we have done so far, there is nothing here you have not done. There is nothing you have not done. So let's quickly go through and then we end the lesson. The first one is indemnity, which we have already discussed with you, indemnity. And we know when the principal indemnifies the agent. We talk about reimbursement, then we talk about indemnity. So you know it. So I don't need to go over. We said that in the course of performing his duty, the agent might be owing certain liabilities to third parties, and that it is the duty of the principal to indemnify him. So if you are looking at ways by which an agent may be compensated, then one of the ways he may be compensated is through indemnity, where he is paid back liabilities that he owes to third parties. The second one is very simple, straightforward. We have done it, we have talked about it. Now when you are working, most people work or people apply to work because they want to be compensated, and that compensation, that is their remuneration, and the agent's remuneration is what you call commission. So the one way he's compensated is through his remuneration, which we call commission. So it's as simple as that. Then the third one is what we did under the remedies available to an agent where the principal fails to perform his duty, and that is lien. So we said lien is the right of the agent to retain the principal's property or goods that are in his lawful possession. Underline, lawful possession. That is why I gave you example, or when we are talking about the factor and the broker as examples of special agent, we said that the factor has right to lien, but the broker does not. And the reason to that effect was that the factor has a possession legally, lawfully. He possesses goods. The principal has given him the right to buy goods and keep the goods. And once he has the right to buy goods and keep them, it means that the factor has legal possession of those goods. And once he has legal possession of those goods, then he can retain those goods as security for debt that the principal owes him. That he said, unless you pay me this and that amount, I'm not going to release the goods to you. In our ordinary life, you know, there are certain times somebody may be owing another person, then the person goes and the person picks the person's property, the other one who's owing him his property, and say that if you don't pay me, you are even a student, somebody may be owing you 5 Ghana, 10 Ghana, you go and pick the person's business management book and say that if you don't give my money to me, I will not give the goods to you. That one is wrong, because that one, you don't have lawful possession of the goods. So what you need to do is to report the person. In the same way, in agency too, the agent cannot just go to the principal house and pick a property that he doesn't have legal possession of or lawful possession of. So what he can retain, what he can have right to lien is the one that he has legal or lawful possession. So the goods that he had bought and he has possession of, that one can be, we can say that he has lawful possession of those goods, and he can retain those goods and say that unless you pay me what you owe me, I'm not going to release the goods to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our lesson 4. Whilst you are at home enjoying your vacation, we are taking advantage of social media to continue with our classroom work. And this is so far our lesson 4. In our lesson 4, we have talked about who a principal is. We have also talked about types of principal. We have also talked about the duties of the principal. We have also talked about the remedies of an agent. Then we ended it with ways by which an agent will be compensated. Have a very nice day, and we shall continue our next topic. That will be lesson 5. We'll be talking about principal, agent, third-party relationship. Then we shall also we shall then end it with termination of agency. In other words, the principal, agent, third-party relationship, we shall be looking at the liabilities or the rights of the agent or the principal against the third party, the rights of the third party against the agent, the liability that the third party owes to the principal, the liability that the principal owes to the third party, and when the third party or the agent can sue the principal. Then we shall end agency with termination of agency. When the agency relationship is formed, when does it come to an end? We shall look at all these things in our next lesson. Once again, have a very nice day, and don't forget to do the assignment I gave you whilst you are in school. Thank you very much.